The second series of Blackadder brought several needed changes compared to the considerable disappointment of Series 1. These adjustments rescued the struggling show and largely stuck for the remainder of Blackadder's run. For starters, Rowan stepped back from writing, forcing Richard Curtis to make the inspired decision to approach Ben Elton. Ben was known at the time for writing the popular hit comedy The Young Ones, and by bringing him in to the writing table, he and Richard became what Ben has described as the best imaginable writing collaboration, and it's hard to disagree. Ben brought a very different mindset to the show, and could identify some of the flaws of Series 1. He felt the extravagance of Pryor was an unnecessary distraction from the real comedy makers, which were the central characters. This thankfully fitted with the strict order from the BBC that budgets must be slashed for a second series to be commissioned. Instead of large sets and on-site locations, Blackadder II was filmed exclusively in a small studio in front of a live audience. It is set in the 16th century under the reign of Elizabeth I, brilliantly played by Miranda Richardson. Superbly written and impeccably performed by the cast of new and returning actors, Series 2 was a transformation. Away from the dark, dirty and cold times of medieval England, the second series feels much warmer and intimate, bringing the audience closer to the characters. Speaking of characters, under Ben Elton's direction, a massive overhaul was made. Blackadder, now a lord, is conniving, smart, shrewd and sarcastic, a stark contrast to his loyal servant Baldrick, who took a sharp turn into the most brainless person imaginable.
Baldrick, I would advise you to make the explanation you were about to give phenomenally good.
You said get the door.
Not good enough, you're fired.
But then there is of course Lord Percy, Blackadder's faithful second sidekick, who you just can't seem to get rid of.
Ashamed as I am and contradiction in terms though it is, Percy, you can be the best man.
Oh my lord!
Series 2 also introduces Lord Melchett, played by Stephen Fry, a flatterer of the Queen who tries his very best to stay her favourite in competition with Blackadder, even if it requires a little grovelling. Then there's the Mad Nursey, played by Patsy Bryn, who's glued to Queenie's side for most of the series. But no one makes a bigger impact than Rick Mayall's Lord Flashheart in episode 1, who Ben brought over from the Young Ones to steal Blackadder's fiancée, Bob.
Hi, baby.
Apparently, he told Curtis that he'd do the role as long as his lines were funnier than Rowan's.
Thanks, bridesmaid. Like the beard. Gives me something to hang on to.
But it could be argued that after all these years later, what Series 2 is most remembered for is Miranda Richardson's tremendous portrayal of Queen Elizabeth I.
The bad news is that actually there are simply hundreds of Catholics who desperately want their heads snicked off, and there's no one to organise.
Many great actresses have played Elizabeth on film and on TV, but none quite like Miranda. Queenie's childlike voice was modelled on Miranda's school friend, and yet somehow her outward immaturity makes Elizabeth feel even more powerful and intimidating, as you know that she could at any minute snap and order someone's head to be chopped off. The dramatic refresh introduced in Series 2 became a winning formula going forward. It's no wonder that most audiences much preferred it to Series 1, and why the cast and crew were eager to continue the momentum to Series 3. Now, do you want to watch one of our other videos?
I do.
Please remember to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching and cheerio.